documentary requirements for the either disposition or acquisition of real estate property. But that's a legal question that must be discussed by the two panels at the present time. Proceed with your cross-examination.
Now, Mr. Mayor, when you executed the subject deed of absolute sale in March of 2001, were you made aware of the fact that there was already an internal squabble, an infighting between the owners and members of Basa Guidote? Just if you were informed.
Irrelevant, no
Wala po
basis.
kaming alam dun.
Okay. Now, I'm showing you again this Exhibit 238, the very check that was paid for by the city government of Manila in the amount of 34,703,800. Can you read for us the payee stated here?
Ito po yung malinaw dito. Pay to Cristina Corona, ITF, in trust for Basa Guidote Enterprises Incorporated. Ito po yung cheque para sa Basa Guidote Enterprises Incorporated. Nakalagay po yung pangalan ng aming kanegosasyon at representante po ng korporasyon.
And again, calling your attention to
Just a clarification. Who was the seller in the deed of sale?
I'm about to go to that, Your Honor.
In the deed of sale, who was selling the property?
Basa Guidote Enterprises, a private corporation.
Why did the City of Manila pay the money to
Represented po siya.
Cristina Corona instead of Basa Enterprises?
Yun po naman sa security rin po nung transaksyon at nung cheque. Somebody has to be responsible. We don't know Basa Guidote Enterprises kung sino po yan. Ang representante po na kausap namin na aming maaaring gawing managot dun sa checking yun ay si Cristina Corona. Kaya yun po naman ay malinaw. Yung cheque ay para sa korporasyon in trust for such corporation.
Pero, ang korporasyon na mayor mayroong kanyan, stockholders, may board of directors, may officers, presidente, vice president, treasurer, corporate secretary.
Opo, dahil po dito sa transaksyon ito, siya lang po naman ang aming nakausap. And as enunciated by the authority presented to us, as contained in the deed of sale, duly authorized for the purpose by board resolution and secretary certificate dated June 19, 1987, copy of which is attached as Annex A.
Anyway, continue with your course.
Thank you again, Your Honor. As you read it, you made mention of a board resolution and secretary certificate dated June 19, 1987. As part of due diligence, Mr. Mayor, did you ask for a copy of the purported board resolution mentioned in this deed of absolute sale?
Ito na po yung board resolution contained in the certificate of the secretary.
No, Mr. Mayor, board resolution and secretary certificate are two different documents. Yes, there is the secretary certificate, but my question is, as mentioned in the deed of absolute sale, did you not ask for a copy of the board resolution mentioned here?
At this point, Your Honor, I think all these questions are already immaterial and irrelevant. First,
No,
the subject...
He's under cross. Let him answer.
Thank you, Your Honor. So, do you understand that these are two different
To
documents?
answer that, as I'm sure when our city legal office prepared the draft deed of sale, lahat po yan pinag-usapan nila. I presume that.
But of course, you are the very signatory in this contract. So, I assume that you must have exercised due diligence. Anyway,
Alam nyo, pag-prepare ng kontrata, pag-pirma ng mayor ng kontrata, every day you are signing documents as high as this, hindi po na mabubusisi lahat yung mga requirements. That's why we have 26,000 employees.
as correctly pointed out by our president, the seller in this deed of absolute sale is Basa Guidote Enterprises Inc., not Cristina Corona. Now, did it not occur to you, to your mind, that considering that the very seller is Basa Guidote, which is a corporation, as stated here, that check that you issued and all the supporting vouchers should be named under Basa Guidote, even without in transport? Did it not occur to you
Yan po ang ginawa
that
namin.
that is the proper
Yan
process?
po ang ginawa namin. Basa Guidote Enterprises in trust with somebody. Dahil baka, kung sino kumulekta po nung cheque or, ang kausap namin, certain Mrs. Corona, mayroong certification of her authority. Mahirap po naman ilagay namin dun. Basta yun lamang korporasyon. Kung saan mapunta po yun.
Are you telling us that without that in transport, you cannot be secured with a check?
I don't think we can be secure.
Oh, anyway, I leave it to the appreciation of the Honorable Court, Your Honor. So you do not have any other authority from Basa Guidote to empower, to authorize Cristina Corona to receive the payment by way of this check in her name or in trust for Basa?
Admitted, Your Honor.
Admitted. Thank you. Now, in the deed of absolute sale, there are certain terms and conditions mentioned under page 3 thereof. And may I ask you to go over said page again and pay attention to the terms and conditions 1 to 6 appearing on page
Is it
3 and 4,
at
Your
this
Honor.
juncture, Your Honor, and with the kind indulgence of the Honorable Court, I think there is no question as to the transaction being referred to in the examination of the witness. There is a sale of 2 parcels of land. The amount agreed upon by the parties had been paid to the owner, Your Honor, received in trust by the representative, and public market for which the property had been appropriated had already been built. So the transaction is a long consummated
What is the
transaction.
purpose of the
Yes,
question,
no,
Counsel?
Your Honor, the prosecution, the defense presented our good mayor to prove the transaction with the...
No, what is
I don't-
your purpose in asking that specific question?
Your Honor, to show if there was compliance with the terms and conditions of this
May I
agreement.
answer?
May we request for reconsideration, Your Honor?
Why?
The terms and conditions do not anymore apply because the transaction had long been consummated, Your Honor. Well, this
We
is
are showing the infirmities,
this is-
Your Honor, the
this is
flaws,
only important-
attendant to.
Yes, but if there are infirmities, this is not the province or the forum for this infirmity. If there was liability on the part of the mayor, Your Honor, if the mayor did not comply with any obligation, then there may be a
No, what was the
litigation.
purpose of your question again?
We will show the infirmities of this particular transaction, Your Honor, which our good mayor is a participant.
All right, may I answer? Let's hear the answer of the mayor.
Please go over this.
Ano po yung pinagagawa niya?
Please go over the 6 terms and
I've
conditions.
gone over it.
Okay. Now, under paragraph 1, we will be in agreement to say that there was payment of the amount stated therein, which is 34,700,800. That's correct.
Shall pay.
So you paid for.
Do not answer when I have objection.
So this amount was paid,
Nabayaran po.
and that is by virtue of the check we earlier mentioned about. Being the mayor, would you say, Mr. Mayor, that what kind of check is this? Is this an ordinary check, manager's check, or cashier's check?
Official check.
Not a manager's check.
It's a check of the city government that I saw millions of times.
But will you agree with me that this is neither a cashier nor a manager's check?
It's an official check that the city government issues.
Already answered.
Okay.
For
Now,
its-
you will have to agree with me, Mr. Mayor, that under paragraph 1, the provision is for the city government of Manila to issue a cashier's check or manager's check.
Assuming, Your
No, no,
Honor,
I'm just trying to test the...
Yes, I object.
Let the witness answer it. They're just confirming whether that is the provision of the contract.
no,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor,
I do
With
not see any...
with the kind permission of the Honorable Court,
Yes.
the way the question appeared to us, there is apparently no necessity in determining what is the nature of the check. There was payment, and it was issued, the payment was in the form of a check, Your Honor.
Actually,
Whether it is
the
manager's,
understanding of
cashier's,
the chair, Mr. Counsel, is that this cross-examination is testing the credence of the testimony of the mayor.
but they do not even question, Your Honor, if the court will remember, the payment of 34 million pesos.
They're under cross. We cannot control the way he crosses the witness.
No, right, subject to,
What was the question?
Please answer, Mayor.
The provision, the very provision of paragraph 1 of the terms and condition is for the issuance of cashier's check or manager's check.
Yan po nakasulat.
So there is no compliance with respect to the form of check that should be issued.
Hindi po ako...
Just say yes or no,
Hindi.
Mr. Mayor.
here is our,
Well, anyway, the mayor has already answered that
Okay.
they paid the consideration with the check of the city of Manila.